Jen here, Cup of Joe with Jen, and I am with my dear friend
Nancy Sundquist with Lavishe Lotion.
And we are actually going to attempt this for the, shall we drum roll?
Millionth time.
Gazillionth time. So I'm going to just interview her. I'm Cup of Joe with Jen, and I love her dearly. And just let me just start out with saying, you need her, us, I'm her cheerleader, to be on Shark Tank, because everyone that has touched this bar is just enamored by it. They're like, where do I get it? And it's just it's going to go viral. We just need your help. So, Nancy.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start out with, what do you do for a living?
Well, I have created a lotion bar that's made with shea butter, soy, coconut oil, and essential oils. And we manufacture and distribute them to many stores throughout the United States and some in Canada. So it is in a bar form, so you can just take it out and rub it like a bar of soap. Your body heat melts the ingredients onto your skin and it doesn't leave a greasy residue. You can even
when I met her and I said, what do you do for a living? And she told me about this bar and pulled it out from her purse. Immediately, I was intrigued. She said, start rubbing it in your hands, Jen. I'm like, okay, so I'm sitting here. Now, it is the most soothing feeling ever. And then, like she said, I immediately, because I do not use lotion, and immediately I was able to snap. I have lotion on, but to be able to snap and use the functionality, it just blew me away. In fact, true story, I just had a friend in town and I gave her, I don't even know if I've told you this, a Lavishe bar. She put it on and she stole it. She took it. I let her. And she's a graphic designer, furniture mover. Her hands look a bit like mine. And she could not believe how well it felt. Every time I looked over at her, she had this bar. And then she said, make sure you tell Nancy. She uses a Mac computer, and she said, oh my gosh. And she was literally maneuvering, and it does not leave a greasy residue film on her computer. And for me, I taught school, and I never used lotion because of pencils, snapping at a kid, because you can't function until this. Lavishe. So this is genius. So how did you come about making this? What's the backstory?
Well, the backstory is my ex-husband and I, Chris, he is a commercial airline pilot, and he wouldn't take lotion to work because of TSA regulations and pressurization. So when he'd be in the cockpit and he'd open those little under 3-ounce bottles, they would kind of spew out. So I thought, well, why can't I just make it into a solid? And my inspiration were those candles that you put your hands in. It's like a paraffin.
Oh, yeah, that you would dip. And oh, exactly.
Yeah.
You're very entrepreneurial.
Yes. So the problem was getting these lotion bars through security. So my solution was, well, let's see how we can fix it. So I started making them in my kitchen in cupcake tins, and he took them to work.
Genius.
Got him through security. He came home, I'm like, did you get it? Did you get it? And then all of a sudden, he's telling me all his flight attendants want them. And so that's just how we started the business. We started it back in 2010. And up until now, we've just manufactured and distributed into one industry typically, which is the craft industry.
Knitters,
crocheters, needle pointers, all
because
that.
they develop calluses as well, and you have to think of it. I'm not a knitter, but I am a school teacher. So you cannot lotion your hands and have grip and functionality with needles, just like a pencil, just like my friend graphic designer. But this is truly the best solution I have ever seen. Ever. And I'm always about gadgets, and I'm a pick something up at the mall. You tell me that you've got something that's going to save me time, and I can actually lotion my hands and still work. I'm in. I'm totally in.
Right on.
So what's interesting, she's telling me the backstory, and I'm like, oh my gosh, because I'm the girl that gets pulled over every single time. Every single time I fly, and I fly a lot, and I'm getting all worked up because I have lotion in my purse or bottled water. And when she told me this, I'm like, you're kidding. And so one of our taglines is what? TSA won't take it away. TSA won't take it away. TSA won't take it away. And you can snap. So that was genius, because you can moisturize now and not get pulled over by the cops in the airport. So I loved that part. And then Nancy, do tell, how much money are you seeking from the investors and why?
We are seeking $150,000 in exchange for 10%. We've already built our brand up. We've already got our packaging. We've already got our our entire product done. We just need help with distribution and getting it out to the masses. Everybody who loves it, everybody who tries it loves it. So it's just, but been by word of mouth now.
Exactly.
We have a web page, we've got a social presence, but we just need to go global.
We need the professional ingredient, the professional fairy dust, if you will. Literally.
That's why we have our tiaras.
And so we do have on our tiaras, which we always say wear your invisible crown, or in our case, our, visible crown.
Visible.
Anyone that I, have these all over my house, just like my friend, where on earth do you get these? And that was our aha moment, our like, okay, wait a minute. We need to do a better job. That's why we need your help, Shark Tank, to let people know this exists. I've never missed an episode. You've never missed an episode. This is the girl. All she needs is just your connection. That's it. She has everything, the branding, the label, the ingredients, and then let's talk about, this is genius, about how this container, because I really am, as far as a mother of 3, we are safe, clean, green in our home. We recycle. I think that that's the trend now. And when I was talking to Nancy, I love the story of just the container in it of itself. Not even the lotion inside. It's like a win-win. How did you guys come up with this?
Well, we used to do it in a tin that we found out eventually we were getting from China, which we didn't realize. And we are all about being made in the USA, made in America.
Veteran-owned.
Veteran-owned.
Her husband, ex-husband.
Ex-husband, yes. He's my ex-husband. And we're still business partners. We get along most days. Most days are good. Sometimes, he doesn't play well with others, so that's why he's in a cockpit.
That's where I am.
Yeah.
I'm her friend. I'm her woo-woo.
She's my cheerleader.
Yes. And so you came up, they were in a tin. One of the first products I had it in a tin, and I kept it in the car and it melted. And I'm like, oh, weird. But I still used it. But for her, again, I think if you're an entrepreneur, you're an entrepreneur. So she immediately thought, oh, wait, there's a problem. Let's tweak it and make it better. And then go for it.
We hired a plastics company. Well, we hired an engineer to engineer drawings. We hired a plastic company. We're actually making these also in Colorado, and we are based just outside of Denver, Colorado, in Elizabeth. But I'm here in Tulsa. All the manufacturing's there. Jen and I are here in Tulsa,
We're Okie
Oklahoma.
girls that wear tiaras.
And we won't sing you our Okie song that we made up, but it was really cute. Well, maybe we'll do it on the show.
Oh, yes, we will. You're very aware. Oklahoma, where the wind can dry and crack your hands. Yeah, it's very good. So you need to just have us on our show and you can hear the rest. And so you all changed it to this.
Yes.
And you told me that this is reusable, recyclable what?
It's recyclable, reusable, made BPA free.
That's huge. Plastic.
Yes, plastic.
So all the plastic bottles, because my 3 children are in sports, and we keep using all of these water bottles, and it kills me. And then I meet this sister that's actually taking plastics that we are using and using them for a better purpose to recycle them into an absolute functionality container with, I think, magic inside.
Well, and as well as the sustainability. Think about if we had continued forward with the tin. Right now, there's a longshoreman strike out on the West Coast, and all these ships are sitting out there full of cargo. We might be out of business had we not made this decision.
Not changed. Absolutely.
So, anyway.
Yes. And then they're asking about the patents, and I know you have the
pending.
Well, you have both for it too, for the formula and the container. Because again, you're going to want her on your show, because I'm thinking, I love the magic inside with the lotion, but there's a lot of other things that you can even do with the container in it of itself.
Correct.
So that's huge.
And it's trademarked.
Yes, trademark is huge. Yeah, trademark, patent pending. And then it's so you're already okay. So how much money have you made thus far, or how many bars have you sold?
We've sold just over 225,000 bars, I think it is. Our sales are about 675,000 to date. And we've reinvested every bit of that back into the company, doing the new packaging and that sort of thing. So we do have 2 employees. So we're creating jobs.
Absolutely. And we need more, because we need to totally do a whole functionality, marketing center too, because everybody, trust me, is going to want this product.
Crazy.
Because she already told you how she came up with the idea. Her husband, same thing, just like my hands.
Ex-husband.
Everybody's going to want to moisturize. I am not a manicure girl. I don't have nails per se, because I work. And I really will, especially in the winter, I will have, oh my gosh, I hide my hands. And because I always am washing. School teacher, you wash your hands 10 times a day. Well, you don't put lotion, you wash it, it makes them slick. And truly, this is just the most genius, incredible product I have ever met. And ever seen before, ever. And so she told you why she came up with it, and then of course TSA won't take it away. But again, back
and that's one of our hooks.
Yes, that's the hook. And another trademark, another is when we are on your show, because we just are going to be.
Well, yeah.
We are going to what? Hand you a bar and have you open a jar. So give them a bar and open a jar. Give them a bar and open a jar. Because obviously, if you put lotion or any moisturizer on your hand, there is no way you're going to be able to open up a jar. But when you lavish, you can. And we're going to finish with our verb. So we went through all of those, and then you came up with your idea because of your ex-husband, and then you have invested all the money back into changing and labeling and tweaking. And that's what's cool. She reminds me of myself. I just am a teacher. So when I find genius and, somebody tells her no or wait, and I said, hey, Nancy, my stuff, melted in the tin. She's always reinventing and tweaking. And I'm like...
Because you know why? I forgot to even say this about this package. The packaging is actually the mold. So we're pouring directly in this. So if it does remelt...
It takes steps
It
away.
actually reforms, and it's rebranded because if you look in the bottom... Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's another thing.
Yeah, so literally it says Lavishay in the inside.
Yeah.
So we've gone through all of your questions, and then you again, I love creativity. I love people that kind of think differently than others, hence how, she even came up with this to begin with. And then we were talking, and she said, Jen, she goes, we need to make Lavishay a what?
A verb.
A verb. Now, I'm a teacher. A noun is a person, place, or thing, and a verb is what? An action item.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, oh, do tell Nancy. And you said what? Did you
lavishay today? Kind of like, did you Google it? So Google became a verb. Well,
yes.
Now, did you lavishay today?
You meet someone and you're like, oh, darling, look at these gross, cracked, crusty hands. And then we come in and say, you did not lavishay today. And so there is another tag hook is, did you lavishay today? Did you lavishay today? And we can literally make this a verb. So we can TSA, won't take it away. We're going to give you a bar and open the jar. That's the functionality. And to close, did you lavishay today? Did you lavishay today? So
we need you.
Yes.
We need you.
It's done. It is a done company.
Yep.
It is done. Anybody, it is magical. Ta-ting. It is magical. All we need is just you guys to sprinkle the magic fairy dust on top.
Yes.
So we're so glad. Put this chick on her show, and we will give you our Oklahoma song, and I will do a high kick because I am a cheerleader, both in the sense of her cheerleader, and I really am a cheerleader.
And, I might just wear cowboy boots and really fun.
Well, of course we're wearing cowboy boots. We are Okies. And so we're not from Muskogee. We are from Tulsa, 30 minutes on down the road. But regardless, you want us on your show. So get this girl on Lavishay Lotion Bar to close. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
Bye.
Bye.